Alright, so I'm going to try something that I normally don't do. I'm going to take a 1270 today. It has to be raining out. Just got out of work, Sunday. It's like I think the 30th of May, 31st of May, whatever this Sunday is. So I'm going to try to find a silver coin. It's almost June and I've yet to find a silver coin. So getting kind of bummed out. I haven't been metal detecting a lot. I like park digging only because I can do that at my lunch break. I like woods digging because that's where you can find all the colonial coins and buttons and the stuff that I really like digging. So I'm going to try the 1270 today for a little bit. It's raining with the bag over it. In the center of town here from the 1700s. I'm in a gazebo right now. There actually used to be an old hotel right here that burned down about 40 years ago. Imagine it's going to be kind of trashy. So I'm just going to run my discrimination really, really high. Like probably penny and up. Crank the sensitivity and just try to dig solid signals because it's wet. I don't want to be messing around with pull tabs and stinking Lincolns. I want silver today. So with that said, I got my pen pointer, my little trowel, and a bag over this, and I'm gonna. It wasn't just really raining that bad, but it is now. I'll show you where I'm gonna be headed out. A couple giant big trees right there. I'll go around those. They built a new school right there. It actually used to be an old fire department there. Got some cover under the trees over there. I'm going to try to work along the edge of the road right over here. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm only going to be doing the big signals. So, not the big signals. You know what I mean. I'm wanting to hit silver today. That big tree right there, I like that one. Right along the edge of the road. So, alright. I'll be back. Alright, so I was right up at the gazebo. Here's the big old tree. I think I got the rock growing right in there. Pretty cool. Alright, I got two signals. Discrimination cranked up to 8. Got one right there. Got one right there. See, I got nothing right there, so there's one. I'm going to dig those two and I'll be right back. Alright, the first hole right here, I got a clad dime. It's about 5 inches deep. The hole next to it, another clad dime. That was about 4 inches deep, and a little bit deeper was this old square nail, from the 1800s style. Not bad. Good start. So, like I said, I'm looking for silver, so I'm just going to hit this area hard. So I'll be back with some more signals and finds. Keeping it clean too with my nice little towel. You know, I don't want to make a mess here. I mean, the dirt is so dry still. I mean, look how dry it is. We have had hardly any rain here in New Hampshire. And it's actually raining today, so it's a good thing. And I got the sensitivity cranked right up on this. About 8, and I mean, I'm right next to some power lines here. It's a little chattery, but not much, but check it out. Kind of broken up. Raise the coil a little bit. Yep. I'm getting something there, and I know there's probably a lot of trash here because I'm in the center of town, so I'm going to dig that one. I'll be back. Alright, so I was getting soaked out there. It was pretty getting wet, even underneath that big tree. So, that last signal that I had was an old spoon. Part of an old spoon. Now, with running the discrimination at 7.5, I did dig a few pennies, but man, I got a handful of coins within about 20 minutes. I don't want to take my camera out because it's raining out. My camera's not a waterproof camera. It's pouring out right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get my silver today. That is a hot spot. I've always been driving by this spot forever, going, nobody metal detects that. Nobody. And the amount of coins that I've dug here in the past few moments, 20 minutes, half an hour, seems promising. A couple square nails came out of the holes of the coins that I dug. Some pottery. It's an old spot. I mean, this town was around 1760s when the center was established. So, there'll be some old coins here. The bags seem to work out pretty good. Man, this got muddy really fast. All sponged up mud. It's dry inside there though, so that's good. Even my digger, trying to, keep the mud without making a mess while I'm digging a hole. I like wearing those black gloves. These things right here keep your hands clean. I get poison ivy really bad, so I like wearing these gloves. But like just even being out there, my hands, besides touching the gloves, are pretty clean, minus my digging tool and my handle. So that's my video. I'm gonna try to get this uploaded tonight on YouTube. I have the Fisher F22 coming in. It's on pre-order. It would have been an awesome machine for today, because I would have my rain jacket. Wouldn't have to worry about bagging this up. A whole other subject on itself. But I'm gonna go. I'm soaked. I had to work today. I'm gonna try to shut this thing off so it stops beeping at me. But I'll definitely have more videos of this detector. Hopefully out in the woods around some old cellar holes, fields. I'm actually, just so you know, I'm using the 8-inch coil on this. I really want to try the 5x10. 5x10 would be sick. It's a little bit more of my shape for around trashy areas, but this 8-inch coil has good depth and it's proved really good in the separation. The 10.5-inch coil I had on a coin strike. I really liked it. I wish I had a 10.5 coil for this one for field hunting. Well, we'll see what happens. Till then, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so I'm finally back from my hunt. Got to chill out for a little bit, and I figured I'd finish my video inside here. So I tried something today that I normally never do, and that's cherry picking. Why in the past have I never cherry picked? I mean, a lot of reasons. First, there's been so many lower conductive items that I have found that are insanely rare, or hold a lot of value. Hold a lot of value, like gold rings. Found not a lot, but I found 6 or 7 gold rings. Pendants, and no earrings, so yeah, just gold rings and pendants, and who doesn't like to find that in the hole? The other thing is pretty much old military buttons. I found a 7th Regiment Revolutionary War little pewter button. It's called like the turret back. It's got a weird, doesn't have like a normal shank. It's got like a round, thick turret, kind of like from a tank on it, and that came up like in the foil range. It was clattering, and lo and behold, I was like, number 7, and after doing my research, found out it was the 7th Regiment. So with that said, in the past 2 years, I haven't been able to do a lot of metal detecting. Just been busy with work and family, and I kind of reunited this thing with cherry picking, where today on the 1270, I cranked it up to about 7.5 on the discrimination, and on this it goes to 10. So my goal is to try to cancel out pennies and then dig everything up. Then I'm like, well, I don't want to miss any Indian head pennies. So I decided to keep it right around 7.5. And it was raining, of course. I was getting soaked. I had a bag over this. My camera that I'm using to videotape this right now is not a waterproof camera, so after the signal that I had that I said I'd be right back, I ended up digging this broken utensil. Looked like it was a spoon. Victorian period. It has some of the design right there. And after that, it just really started coming down. Even being underneath that giant tree that I had showed you guys earlier, I was still getting soaked. So I hung out for about 20 minutes altogether. And doing my newfound love of cherry picking, which I've never done in my life. Like I said before, I usually hunt cellar holes in parks. So with that said, I've always wanted to run right around the foil range, and I would dig everything. Pull tabs, this, that. Long story short, I was out in the woods. I dug a shotgun shell here. I dug a shotgun shell there. I had the same signal about 2 feet away. I'm like, probably another shotgun shell. I dug it, and it was like an 1840 Navy button. It was a 2-piece, had the gold gilt still on it, had the big anchor. Wicked cool. Sounded just like a shotgun shell. But I dig a lot of trash doing that. So today I'm like, you know what, it's raining. I haven't found any silver since last year. And last year I think I only found 2 silvers. I lied a little bit because this year I found some silver, but it wasn't with the metal detector. I was on a riverbank There was a strip of silver about that big and that wide. It was actually from maybe like a frame of some sort or a mirror. A chunk of silver hanging right out on the ground. So I did find some silver this year, but not with my metal detector, no coins. And so today my goal was to find some silver. Now I didn't find any silver due to a little bit of inclement weather, but I did find 8 dimes, 6 pennies, a 1940 and a 1917 wheat penny. And these nails were in the holes of 2 of the coins. A little piece of pottery. And the nails, they're the square nails. So the town that I live in, it was compromised, or not compromised, but it was put together in like 1764, I believe is what it is. So the center of town's really old. There's been a lot of different buildings. There was an old hotel there. Then after the hotel burned down in the early 80s or late 70s, they put a gazebo there, and then there was a elementary school. They knocked down the elementary school, and below the elementary school there was a fire department. They knocked those down, and they built this huge new school there. But where those big trees are that I showed you, my thought is a lot of that ground probably hadn't been too disturbed too much. And even around it, I'm like, there's got to be some old coins there. There is. Just in a half an hour, this is where I dug, which is not bad for, quote, cherry picking, because that's my new thing. Not all the time, but I'm going to start doing it more because I need to bring up my silver count and old coin count, because since I don't get to go that much, it's kind of hard to, just find the goods. So even though they're unimpressive coins, I feel like for the amount of coins that I dug in less than a half an hour period of time, it's pretty good. And using a pinpointer kind of aids and helps the process go a lot faster. I've never used a pinpointer until just recently. I felt like being out in the woods, I never really needed one, but since I'm doing more parks at my lunch break now, I can dig holes faster. I don't have to worry about destroying the grass. And what's cool is when I get a signal, I know it's close to the surface, I can take my pinpointer and beep, 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 beep. Oh, cool, and then just use a little screwdriver to plug away that way without creating too much of a mess. So back to the 1270 and talking about cherry picking. I found that running this around 7.5, I dug no trash. It was all coins. And I mean, some may consider this trash. I like it because it's a relic and it's old, and it's just going to go on my giant box of really old relics. A lot of people say, Fisher's built like a tank, which is no doubt about it. I mean, this thing is just rugged. And even though it doesn't have a huge search coil, the 8-inch search coil in my test garden, it hits all my coins. My 10-inch penny and dime and quarter with the 8-inch coil, you can still hear it. It's not a loud banging coil. I've seen other people with the 10.5 get a lot better signal, but I don't use the 10.5 coil. I just don't have that one. But for an 8-inch coil and the separation that you get, I give it 2 thumbs up. And then, battery life, I've had no complaints. Takes just 2 9-volt batteries. I really do like the trigger switches. They're just, when you're running in your 2 different modes, because you can run in an all-metal mode, an iron discriminant mode, and then your normal discrimination mode. It's nice to be able to switch in between those. And today, I just ran in a single mode. It was the discrimination mode since I had the bag over there. Didn't even use the trigger. I mean, really, I don't even need to use the trigger to pinpoint, because the way how the circle's set up, it's just bing, 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 bing. It's easy to find your target. And 1270, I would say, is actually kind of a different breed because, you had the whole 1200 series, which was a very good, highly popular workhorse series of metal detectors. But then the digitals came right out, the F2, F4, F75s, the 70s. And I feel like this detector kind of got lost, got overshadowed by the new digitals. And there's definitely a lot of people who like this machine, but it was in that it's like that carbureted into the fuel injection. This is like, I feel like it's similar, where I kind of got lost a little bit. And it's, to me, using quite a few fishers, I've had the F2 with an 11-inch double D coil, which I was very impressed with. For an entry-level model, I dug this token about that big of William J. Harrison. It's like a president who was only president for 2 weeks. But I found a token of his like that big around, huge. And I was like that deep in the ground. I'm like, nothing yet. I get 8 or 9 inches in the ground, still beeping, nothing. I'm like, it must be like a big axe head or horseshoe. And then, bang! Huge coin. When I pulled it out, I'm like, oh my god, silver dollar! I pulled it out, but it wasn't a silver dollar, but really cool because much rarer than a silver dollar. It's 1840, and it said Bunker Hill on it. And it had his head on the front, and then on the back had the Bunker Hill Monument. So really cool coin. That was with the F2. And I had the 1280, the Aquanaut. We'll just call it the 1280X. I had that, and that was a really good machine. And I just pre-ordered the Fisher F22, which would have came in so handy today, as long as I had a waterproof camera as well. Because being out in the rain, even with the bag over this, you still get that little slight of, I hope I don't get anything wet. But the Fisher F22 that's coming out, today's the last day of May, and I'm thinking they're going to be sending out pretty soon. So hopefully I get my pre-order and I get that sucker sent over here. It has that like egg-shaped 9-inch concentric coil. It'd be pretty cool. So I'm going to wrap it up. That's my gig for today. And I've been wanting this machine probably for about 5 years. And if you guys have been following my YouTube channel, I have used lots of machines. I never made videos of all of them because I just wanted to detect. I didn't want to always videotape it. But so far, out of my Mind Labs and other Fishers and Technetics, I love the T2 though. The Garretts, the Tesoros. This one to me is one of my favorites so far. Like I'll probably never get rid of this one. I want to get the 5x10 coil, the elliptical one. Really hard to come by. I have a chance to buy one. I'm going to have to jump on it because I like that style coil for, hunting around cellar holes and stuff. So we'll see what happens, man. Other than that, always going to have more videos coming of this machine. I'm going to get back to that spot because, like I said, it dates from the mid to late 1700s, and it's right in town. I've never seen anybody metal detecting there. There's no signs of it, and I'm really clean. I use the towel, the dagger, and I keep it clean so I can go back. And if somebody sees me digging, I'd be like, look, I'm doing it all clean. I'm doing it right. So have fun, guys, and I'm definitely going to show you some silver instead of a bunch of clad. The crusty Wheaties. I mean, 1917. Hey, that's not too bad. There was something weird on top of it. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a weird stripe going across. There's something like a piece of metal laying on top of it, or some weird like piece of grass, or I don't know what it was, but it tarnished the front weird. So with that said, I'm out of here. There'll be more videos.